Welcome to the Prophix presentation focused on our application, cash flow planning. Today we will cover off some different cash flow calculation methods and how a CPM software solution can be leveraged to automate the creation of a cash flow plan. Since 1987, Prophix has provided corporate performance management software for the Office of Finance. We automate the processes of data collection, consolidation, planning, forecasting, and reporting to provide you with consistent, accurate, real-time financial results and the time to act on it. We have over 3,000 customers spanning 100 different countries who all benefit from our unified software platform. Prophix offers flexible deployment models in the cloud, on-premise, or in a blended environment. Prophix develops innovative corporate performance management software that automates critical financial processes, improving a company's profitability and minimizing their risk. Prophix provides you with the right balance of simplicity and depth, delivering CPM software that is easy, powerful, and collaborative for everyone. We don't sell our software piecemeal, we sell a complete CPM package. You can purchase Prophix now and implement only the functionality you need. Our solution will grow with you and will support your future strategic performance management needs. Prophix will help you create consistent and accurate budgets, reduce duplication of effort, all leaving more time for analysis. You create precise budgets with far less labor and gain a deeper understanding of what drives your profitability. You can automate P&L planning at a high level or break it down into individual components. Through the Prophix detailed planning application, you can accurately represent your true employee costs at the individual employee level. This application can also be used to plan individual projects or capital expenses. Prophix provides the tools to aggregate all of your company's planning data in one unified software solution, ultimately improving long-term strategic decision-making. Today's focus, however, is on cash flow planning. Cash planning, cash flow planning, or cash forecasting are ambiguous phrases and can mean different things to different people. Generally, the creation of the indirect or direct cash flow statement is an attempt to explain where the cash has come from and where it has gone. Cash flow planning, in theory, is usually quite detailed and allows finance to look forward weeks or months and analyze their future cash position. This provides insight into the ability to make payments or potentially investments with excess cash. Regardless of the definition, it is important to understand the concept of cash flow planning and why it matters. When cash flow planning is done properly, you can realize the following benefits: general management of cash for daily operations, time your investments in borrowing to maximize profits and minimize costs, predict foreign currency exposure, and meet strategic objectives that require cash on hand. So what do people do traditionally in terms of calculating cash? They begin with the income statement. This is often the most critical statement for people outside of finance. They need to understand what the revenue targets are going to be so they can drive operations and expenditures accordingly. The balance sheet often comes after this. People are of the misconception that you can take an income statement and based on the accounts from the GL, you can accurately plan the balance sheet. For example, using DSO for receivables and payables to drive AR and AP. This often ends up with a planned balance sheet that does not balance. So how do they make the balance sheet balance? Well, most of the time, cash is calculated automatically for each month based on what is required to make that balance sheet balance. There are problems with this method. You can't explain why the cash is going up or down. It could be related to a real cash fluctuation or a misstatement of another figure on your balance sheet. Most companies produce separate cash forecasts based on short-term events because their cash planning process is not reliable. The two are disjointed, and you have a situation where there is not a single version of financial truth. There is no data collected from the operational areas of the company. In many cases, finance is working independently and trying to plan cash without engaging with the individuals closest to the cash inflows and outflows. What we need to do is look at an integrated approach between planning the P&L, balance sheet, and cash flow statements. With Prophix, you can turn the traditional method on its head. Begin to leverage technology to eliminate the challenges you may be experiencing and start getting inputs from operational areas of the company to truly understand cash receipts and disbursements. For your cash flow, utilize a more direct approach to cash planning. This company is collecting revenue from 3 customer groups based on 3 different payment terms, 30, 60, and 90 days. Looking at customer 4, we can see they have a 30-day payment term with a 12% sales tax. In this example, they plan to spend $65,000 with us in the month of April. But how does this affect our income statement and balance sheet accounts? What is the effect on cash? When you look at the revenue, it is recognized in April. But when you look at the cash receipt, it is lagged by 1 month, with the total net effect on cash being a positive $65,000 beginning in May. Using a CPM solution, this is automatically calculated. No concerns about data integrity, and best of all, the sales manager can input this information into Prophix to automate all calculations and aggregation of data. Let's now look at an integrated cash flow statement and what happens when payment terms change. If the customers feel that they can pay earlier than the original 90-day requirement, the director of FP&A can change the terms to 60 and see the effect. Now they have $75,000 a month early. That $75,000 can be used to cover other operating costs, or they could choose to invest this cash. By leveraging the functionality of a CPM solution, finance is aware of the direct cash flow and can better plan cash, minimizing any non-productive cash balances and shortages. What we are really striving for is visibility and predictability over the cash balances. This will provide companies with better control and enable them to perform their daily operations more efficiently. Our customers use Prophix's software to automate their financial processes, make sense of their data, and make better business decisions based on their analysis of that data. Let's take a closer look at some amazing customer stories conducting cash flow planning and reporting. We're really proud to work with Solar Century. Their company makes a positive impact on the environment, and Prophix has really helped them in their growth across the world. Solar Century is an award-winning company that works with investors to develop and build solar farms. They manufacture solar panels and build integrated solar solutions for residential and commercial customers. Their head office is located in London, England. Solar Century uses a revenue planning model to outline the profitability of their primary channels, including solar farms and rooftop solar installations across the different geographical areas. This capability is central to deciding where and how to focus their business. It means that in their drive to grow the organization, they can make informed decisions about expansion based on data that shows their potential expenses and their potential revenue in a specific project. Solar Century identified a need for better cash flow planning as they have multiple bank accounts and no consolidated view of their overall cash position. Prophix was able to automate their cash flow planning and consolidated reporting. Now, Solar Century's CFO looks at the Prophix cash position dashboard every day. It shows them how much cash they have, what percentage is tied up in bond accounts versus what percentage is liquid, what percentages are held with each bank, and how much cash they have in each country broken down by currency. This has changed their behavior, as the management team now conducts cash reconciliations on a daily basis. With Prophix, they have a complete and accurate picture of their cash position at all times. Crescent Communities is another interesting Prophix customer. They are a real estate developer split into 4 areas: commercial, multifamily homes, residential, and land management. As you might expect, Crescent doesn't have typical revenue streams. As a developer, their goal is to develop and sell. As with any company, the organization has its own mission and the finance team has a mission to help that become a reality. Emerging from bankruptcy, Crescent was acquired by private equity groups. So they have a management reporting package that they output geared toward each equity group's requirements. Prophix allows Crescent to present the data in multiple ways, each of which are different from how real estate managers would typically look at results. In terms of the value of cash flow reporting, different departments or teams can determine whether they've made a true savings, whether they've saved on costs, or whether it's a matter of timing. They then feed the actuals over to their investment models to see if the forecasts were accurate or if they need to be replaced with what other performance data is telling them. This has definitely made an impact. The investors and the project managers know that the information flowing through Prophix is accurate and up to date. It speaks their language. It shows them where they are in relation to their development plans and allows them to perform the analysis on the variances. They know their cash position at any given time. The numbers explain the success or the failure of their decisions and where they're trending. This used to be very manual, but that's no longer the case. So they save time and have much clearer insights into what's happening at all levels, not just in finance. Thank you very much for your time today. For more information on cash flow planning or any of the different applications within Prophix, please visit www.prophix.com.